Right, I'm checking to check it out. So, I'm trying to do a quick talk basically on the fallout of Henry Nowak. Unless you've been living under a fucking rock, you should all know who Henry Nowak is. Not Henry Nowak, right? We should all know who he is and what's happened. Yeah, and I seen the video a couple of days ago now, and that made me feel a certain way. Like it made me feel just a range of emotions. Really, it made me feel sick to the stomach, angry, a lot of emotions, what everybody else is feeling right now. You know what I mean? Which is totally understandable. And if anybody doesn't see or understand why people are getting mad about it, then I don't know what to tell you. Then you must lack empathy. Yeah, you clearly lack empathy, right? Now I can't really think of words to describe it. It's like it's just downright disgusting. It was despicable, right? And man, it's almost like I got no words to. It's almost like I got like no words to really explain. It was just sickening. It was absolutely sickening. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the more apt words to use. It was sickening. Yeah, and the protests in Southampton. I can't remember what day it was now. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it might. I don't know. Well, it might have been Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. But yeah, I've seen all the videos. I've seen all the videos about that, and seen the police getting hammered. Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, I haven't really got no sympathy towards you know towards the riot police. Um, Again, I can't. There are some people saying that like, well, there's no point attacking them because it wasn't them who were there and done it. I get that, but at the same time, it's the police as a whole. So they'll get treated that way as a whole by the people, and I totally understand it, totally get it. No, whatever, no problem. Be like, you know what I mean. What else was I gonna say now? Um, yeah, that was quite a big turnout. That was a good turnout by the people. A lot of people drove far and wide to the protests. I heard a few Manx up from down there as well. I've seen Billy Moore down there, and that's a good 4 hour drive. Probably more than that. 4.5 hour drive. And I done the same during the COVID stuff. Yeah, I used to regularly drive down to the middle of London, park up, and go out and join the people. I've done that probably about 4 or 5 times at least. Yeah, and it was worth it. Absolutely worth it. You was around like-minded people for doing the right thing for a right cause, and that's what people were doing on that day. Yes, there was violence. Cool, get it. People are saying that oh, you need to do a peaceful protest because that's what. Otherwise, it just won't work. Are people fucking stupid? Like, are certain people not getting it? There's been countless peaceful protests for hundreds of things all over the years, and 9 times out of 10, peaceful protests don't work. They don't work. All right. And going back to the protest on the Southampton one, when I was watching now, there, I don't know how many people were there. Obviously, there was hundreds, and there weren't that many police. And I just think to myself, you know what? Like, if people had it about them, they could have totally they could have really, fucked up the police. They could have rushed them. They could have rushed them. They could have battered the shit out of them. Yeah, and obviously they didn't do that. But and people think that peaceful protests. The answer, they're not. They're not. Not much gets done peacefully. If that was the case, then all these wars over all these years, hundred years, wouldn't happen. There'd be no wars because we could all work out peacefully what we need to do. All these countries and that, all these wars. Why is there wars? Because violence works. Yeah, okay, not always. You don't always get the right result, but the violence does work. You know what I mean? Like the violence does have an effect. It does change things. It does change things again. Obviously, depend. You know, not all wars are legit. Not, you know, they're not always for a good purpose. But what they do is change things. They do. It does. Okay. Again, rightly or wrongly, it does change things. Yeah. And that's the opposite of peace, isn't it? That's the opposite of peace. War is opposite of peace. But people still think that peaceful protests work. They don't fucking work. They don't. They don't. Okay? They don't. They do not work. Okay? But yeah, the power's in the people. Like, we could really get change in this country if people set about things a different way. You know, if it wasn't so, you know, all these peaceful stuff, blah blah blah. You know, if it was different, if it was something other than peaceful, there'll be a lot of change in this country, for the better. That's all I'm going to say on that. So, what else was I going to say about it now? Yeah, there's a couple of things I don't like now. There's a couple of things what's going on, what I've been seeing, what it's kind of it's quite unnerving, to be honest. It's quite unnerving, and basically now, because of all this stuff what's going on, all this stuff what's causing division, right, between the races in this country, and you know, not this country but worldwide. Well, you know, in America, here, but the division's getting worse. All right, you know, you know, the divisions were bad enough before with all the illegal migrants and that, yeah, because most of the illegal migrants were of a certain colour, black, and they're all from, majority of them from Africa. And before that, it was like it was all the Afghanis and Iraqis, people from Yemen, all those places. Yeah, I think they were coming before the African people, right? So I remember before, like, you know, people had enough of them coming over. So, you know, people were mainly targeting, okay, people mainly targeting Asian people, you know, because they're the ones who are coming over illegally. So that's where the division was, yeah. And then obviously the African people come over here now more recently. Obviously not just the UK, most of Europe and America, because we all know why. Because it's by design, okay. It's all by design. But I'm not gonna go too much into that because I can't be asked to get my channel fucking deleted again by YouTube. We should delete it again during the C19 times. Okay. But yeah, so now it's down to, so now we got the brown people, you know, Asian people are classed as brown people, and we got blacks. Okay, so now it's got to a point now where I'm seeing a lot of stuff online now, and that's why I stay on Twitter, because the stuff you see on there is real, okay? And it keeps me in the loop, okay? So what I'm seeing on there, how it's changing, how the tide is now changing now. Obviously, people have had enough. The people who live in the UK have had enough, yeah? You know, the British white people here have had enough. And again, I understand it. I understand it. I get it. I'm with them, even though I'm not white. yeah. But I understand the British people having enough. I understand the fact that they're at their wits' end, and I get it. I fucking get it, man. I get it. Yeah. But anyway, so it's coming to a point now where obviously not everybody, but I'm seeing quite a few things where people have had enough now, where people just want anybody, whether you're Asian or black, to get out of this country, right? And forget about whether they're illegal or not. As in, like people like me and like my mom who was born here, and that generation as well. People just want anything that's not white to be out of this country. Okay. Again, obviously it's not good. Obviously, I don't agree with that, because then that would be me. Obviously, I'm part of that. Yeah. Do I understand it? Do I get why people are saying that? Yeah, I do. All right. But at the same time, yeah, I get why some of them are saying it. And the video cut off there. But yeah, what I was saying though, I get why people feel that way and get it. But then at the same time, those people who want anybody who's not white out of the country, regardless whether they're illegal or not, obviously they're just outright racist. Let's be honest. Okay, that's what they are. Now, can what's going on currently make people um, turn people you know turn them racist? Can what's going on now happen to cause people to feel that way? Yeah, yeah, it can do. Of course it can. It can do that, right? But that's not. I wouldn't say that's like a normal cause and effect. You know, I feel like if you're a racist, you're probably that way anyway, because obviously being racist is a learned behavior. All right, but I understand that what's going on now, it can radicalize people to become racist as well. I get that point. I get it. I do get that point. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing now. So it's the division's getting worse, you know. And for me now, right, I was kind of weary beforehand, when all these Africans start coming over illegally, yeah, which they shouldn't be. Listen, I'm fucking British born and bred, right? For me, I don't believe if you're legal, you shouldn't even be fucking coming over here, yeah. You shouldn't be. You should not even be coming over here. I'm born and bred here, yeah, and I class myself as British. Simple as that. Like, I forget about. We can all moan about the country and what we don't like, blah blah blah. But listen, I don't. I like being British. I like it. Yeah, got no problem with that at all. Yeah, people complain with the flags going up and that. Why? Why people complaining for? Right? If you live in this country, if you live in this country, yeah, you should be proud to live in this country. Simple as that. And if you're not, then fuck off, innit? Really, fuck off. I'm with that. Just I'm with it. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's hard to make. So since the African people coming over here now, all that stuff over the years, you know, that was causing divisions as well. People had enough. People like, people don't, people just had enough of just black people in general now. Like, fuck, what are they doing over here? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was already kind of weary anyway during that time. Yeah. Thinking that I know something might happen to me if I'm walking around somewhere by myself or something like that. You know what I mean? Something might get attacked. Listen, that's how I felt. And now I'm even more weary now because the tension's rising. And like I said, there's a lot of people now, not a lot, but there's a fair amount of people who believe that regardless whether you're born here or not, if you're not white, get the fuck out of the country. Yeah. So if people start to think that, then it makes me even more wary now. You know what I mean? Because who knows? I can just get attacked at randomly now. Yeah. people see that Henry Nowak get attacked, yeah, for no reason, stabbed, killed, right? And people want to get their own back, and people just people can easily just bunch brown and black people together, and you know certain kind of people, if they want to get their own back and do something mad, they could just pick anybody out and attack them, yeah, you know, including me, because I'm black. So yeah, so it's making me feel a certain way now. I'm definitely more weary as I'm going out and about now, and it's just sad times, and it's just sad. It's really sad times what's going on now. So yeah, it's all kind of fucked up, isn't it? It's all kind of fucked up, man. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting times coming up now. Interesting times, you know. And it's, you know, right. One more point. It's interesting, you know. It's quite interesting now where, you know, white people think that their own white people are being racist towards them. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Like, I would never have thought I would hear or see that. You know, especially, you know, just growing up over the years, and that, it's just it's quite mind-boggling, to be honest. And you know, people think that, oh, if you're black or Asian, you can just get away with anything. That's what people think. Just because there's isolated incidents where certain people are getting off from doing certain things, all of a sudden people think that's just the rule. The rule. People think that's just like the general rule of thumb. That's what happens. No, you fucking ain't. Let's not even go there with that. But people are literally thinking now that if you're black or Asian now, you can pretty much do anything and get away with it. Fuck off, man. That is some absolute BS. Okay, people are just going a bit too far with that now. You know what I mean? You're going a bit too far. Come on, let's not be stupid now. Okay, so yeah, that's my little thoughts on that anyway. So with that, I'm out.